probably the area that most players are going to spend the vast majority of their time in is going to be the acquisition of and leveling of the skills within Starfield. And from what we've seen so far, the skill system is extremely robust with various tiers and various sections like combat, within which there are other skills that are, within that skill tree. So physical, social, combat, science, tech, so on and so forth. So there's a lot going on with the skill system, which is, I think, in most people's minds, a really good thing because in terms of the RPG components that Bethesda has always pushed out in the past, whether it be Fallout or the Elder Scrolls games, the depth and richness of the skill system within that, it's part of character creation, but it's more a part of just the whole essence of what your character is and how much time you're going to be spending in the game, where you're going to go and what you're going to do and what you're going to focus on because of the way you want to play the game. Those are all things where the skill system allows you to create that perfect avatar that represents you and your uniqueness, because everyone's going to want to play differently. Now, obviously, some people are going to have those min-max builds where they focus on these specific 5 things because those are the ones that everyone says are the best. It's like the people who roll, max charisma because they want to make sure they don't miss out on any of the conversation options. There's definitely that aspect to this if you want there to be. But you can also choose to just play your character as a jack of all trades and master of none. So it's going to be very interesting to see how people choose to take their characters throughout this game, the journeys they pick, the adventures they have based on the skill sets, and what the replayability of this game is going to look like based upon the decisions that you make the first time versus the second time versus the third time, maybe choosing to go more combat the first time, more stealth the next time, maybe going the conversation option the third time. There's just lots and lots of options. So without further ado, we're going to dive into the skill system today, everything we know so far. If you haven't already done so, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit that bell icon so you never miss an update. Check out all the other things that I do here on the playlists, not just Starfield, but also Baldur's Gate 3 and other games, MMOs, RPGs, tabletop games, TV shows, films, and everything else. But for now, we're talking Starfield. So let's go talk skills. So the skill system in Starfield essentially is what lets you define what your character is. It's the leveling up of your character, it's the enhancing of your character, it's the development of your character, attributes and abilities. There's physical abilities, combat abilities, social abilities, science abilities, tech abilities, and beyond. And all of these things start off with, your basic skills that then can then be upgraded and improved as you play, which is going to sort of help shape the adventure that you're going to have as you journey throughout the world that Bethesda has put in place for Starfield. Now, the way this system works, as far as we know so far, is that you level up through a combination of earning experience points like you would normally do in an RPG, mostly by just doing stuff. So, for example, if you're going to unlock something, with your lockpick system. You'll get XP from that. There's also challenges, which are going to improve the things that you can unlock. So it's kind of like starting off with the tier 1 on, lockpick skill and then leveling up to tier 5 or whatever they're going to have. Now, obviously, there's a ton of options here in terms of the different types of skills and abilities that players are going to be able to find, unlock, and improve upon. It's kind of an interesting mix because they've taken sort of the traditional experience-based unlocking and moved it over to performance-based upgrading. So it's a very interesting way of doing things. So it's kind of looking at older Bethesda games and kind of refining that down to what they've got so far. So we've got 5 categories that we know of: the physical, social, combat, science, and tech. Physical covers elements like carrying capacity and endurance. Social covers dialogue options and NPC interactions. Combat covers weapons, skills, and abilities as well as your damage. Science is for your healing and probably things like, med kits and potions and so on and so forth. And then there's tech, which is for robots, security, base building, ship customization, and probably stuff we don't even know about yet. And while you can choose some skills before you even actually start playing the game because of the backgrounds that we talked about in one of the previous episodes. And also some things like your chef, diplomat, etc. Those all have some skills, but I believe it's 3 skills each. There's also traits, which have some additional things if you end up going with the traits so far. Um, but yeah, there's a lot going on. Most of these abilities, as far as what we've seen so far, seem to have 4 ranks with any given challenge to complete. But we haven't seen everything yet, so it's kind of a guess as between what we're going to see between now and there. There's a lot to see here. There's already so many known skills that I can't really break them all down in this video. Otherwise, we'd be sitting here for 20 minutes. But essentially, like astrodynamics gives you increased grav drive capability. Astrophysics, excuse me, allows you to scan the moons of your current planet and have a 10% chance of discovering a trait. Ballistics, the combat, we can actually look at this because they've got the ranks down so far. So rank 1, ballistic weapons do 10%. Rank 2, they do 20%. Rank 3, they do 30%. Rank 4, they do 40% more. And the challenge for that one, at least known so far, is to kill 250 enemies with the ballistic weapon. So, you'll have to... It's kind of like if you remember how it works in Lord of the Rings Online, where a lot of your abilities, or at least they used to be if you wanted to get the Lotro points, you had to go through the tiers. So it was like... kill 25 spiders, then kill 100 spiders, then kill 500 spiders, then kill 2,000 spiders. You had these different tiers of spider slaying, and it sounds like it's going to be similar to that. Maybe not just for killing something, but, craft this many items, talk to this many NPCs, visit this many planets, that type of stuff. So I can dig it. There's a lot going on here with things like bargaining, so you can get better prices at vendors. The boost pack, of course, which they've talked about in the videos and the like, and jumping around and flying around. Being able to create better chems and etc. at research labs with chemistry. Then there's diplomacy, just all sorts of stuff going on here. So there's a lot of different skills to choose from. And as far as leveling up, it appears that it's going to be a combination of earning XP or skill points as you play through the game, and then as you complete in-game challenges, you're going to improve those skills. Game director Todd Howard has stated in the past you can unlock new skills as you level up, and then you rank those skills up by using them and completing challenges. So in theory, you'll earn skill points as you level up, which you can then spend to open up skills, improve the ranks, and so on and so forth. And certain abilities or certain quests, even certain objectives, may need you to have specific rank skills to complete those objectives. So it's food for thought as we look at the depth and breadth of what the skill system has to offer in Starfield. Commercial time, everyone. Huge shout out to the Guild Champions, who are our highest tiered membership here on YouTube. We've got Bubbleonia, Ancient Entity, Crazy's Relative, Remy D. Thanks so much for your support here on the channel. And of course, to all of our members who help keep me full time here on YouTube. Thanks so much for your support, for being here, for checking in. Don't forget to like, subscribe, hit that bell icon, super chat any live streams or premieres you see, super thanks any video uploads you see. Don't forget YouTube Shorts in that category as well. And hopefully, we'll see you in the next live stream. Don't forget the Discord. Links are down below. Let's get back to the video. So there's obviously a lot to see and a lot to do, a lot of planets to go through, and a lot of different ways that you can spec your character the way that you see fit. I think for me, the richness of any given skill system, especially when you have challenge-based leveling components in, makes for great content creation because you can actually show like the going through each one of the ranks and figuring out what's where do I have to go to find the things that I need to do for this, and then showing people exactly how to do those things. From a content creator's perspective, it's great, but also being able to pick like the Xeno thing here. I forget it flashes across the screen too quick, but when you can take an enemy mob and essentially use your knowledge of it to lock it down as crowd control in the middle of a fight is really cool. But also be able to punch your way through combat if you choose to go that route, and like specializing in melee combat, or the jetpack that they've shown in these combat sequences, being able to run and gun. This stealth component that she prefers, which I prefer the stealth option as well. My first playthrough of Cyberpunk 2077 was a stealth run, and I usually play rogues my first way through. So I'm looking forward to trying out all sorts of different specs and coming up with fun different builds for all the playthroughs I'm going to be doing in this game. So that's it for this video, everybody. Hopefully you are excited for Starfield like I am. If you like my style of video and the information that I'm providing to y'all, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell icon so you never miss an update. Check out all the live streams, all the other things we do here on the channel. Join the Discord. Links are down below. And let's count down. It's not too far away now, the launch of Starfield. I'm super excited. I can't wait, everybody. All right, stay safe. Have a great time. Happy gaming, everybody. Until then, big bada boom.